So I just spent 30 days inside Nick Saraev's AI community maker school, and I found something that honestly surprised me. So first of all, I joined because I wanted to see what is the secret sauce to get your first AI clients in 90 days or less. And after I spent 30 days inside the community, I realized that there is no secret sauce. So let me tell you how my experience was, who is it actually for, and whether I would recommend you paying for it. Now, first, some context. I didn't join because I needed to get my first customer, of course. I've had many customers so far. I joined because I wanted to understand how Nick's operate. I've been following his content for a while and his work ethic is insane. This guy pump out content like a machine, and I think he is the GOAT in this space. So I basically thought to myself, let me get inside this guy's community and I want to see how this guy operates behind the scene. And I paid around $185, if I remember, to enter the community and basically meet him. Now, if you don't know Nick, his core offer is essentially get your first AI customers within 90 days or less. The interesting part of this community isn't the AI, it is the accountability system that he's built. So basically inside there, I got a day-by-day action program designed to do just 1 or 2 actions per day over a period of 2 months. So instead of waking up every morning and thinking, hey, what should I do today to get my clients? Nick tells you exactly what you should do today. And this minimizes the friction of thought, which is usually what stops beginners from executing. So that was basically the product. It's not the information, not some cloud code courses. It is more the accountability program. Now, here's where I think people get it wrong. They join the community and they are expecting some secret sauce, some AI agency blueprint, etc. After I spent about a month inside the community, I realized there is no secret sauce. The reality is, if you don't do the work, don't do the outreach, don't jump on the calls, the clients will not come. And of course, nobody can do this part for you, even Nick. However, what Nick has done really well is to remove the question or the friction of what should I do next, which, as I said, what usually stops beginners from getting results. And the one really surprising thing about this community was that it was filled with people making 20K plus MRR in their business. And these guys are also mentoring the others, which I found really sweet as well. So every time I posted a question, even if Nick didn't respond, those guys were responding and they are legit and you can listen to them because they have the proof that they have delivered. And when I think about why would these guys pay for such a beginner program, I realized that they are paying for it exactly the reason why I'm paying for it. So I didn't pay Nick to get me my first customer. I've had many, as I said. I paid him to be near him. So I paid for proximity, basically. I wanted to get to know him. I want to see how he operates behind the scenes. I wanted to understand how he thinks. I wanted to unlock my mind by being very next to someone who is operating on such a high level of efficiency. Like, let me ask you, like, who do you know in your network who's making 250 or even 500K per month? Like, how many people do you know this in your network, right? You're the average of the 5 people you hang out with. And if you don't have any of these people around, then how do you expect yourself to achieve similar results to them? So basically, since 2 years ago, I was on a journey to improve my network. And now I have multiple people in my network as a close friends. I'm not talking about Nick, maybe we'll be friends at someday, but here in Berlin, where they are making 100K plus per month. And that really motivates me to achieve similar results. The first thing of breaking this limiting belief is to see that, hey, this is possible by seeing other people doing it, seeing what are they doing to achieve these results and replicating it for yourself. Now, for the question of who should join Nick's community, in my opinion, if you've never landed a customer before, then Nick's community is a very strong option. I think it's probably the best in the AI space. If you don't know what niche to choose, if you don't know how to send an outreach message, etc., and you need someone to handhold you day by day until you get some results, I think it's a very, very good place to spend the next 3 months. And it is probably the most affordable community to achieve results. Although on like the membership, it looks really expensive, much more expensive than other communities. But the most communities that help you get clients, they are high ticket. I've known many communities charging 4K for 6 months mentorship. I don't think these guys are getting as good results as people inside Nick's community. But here's the thing, getting your first client does not mean you're making 10K per month. For me, those are very different skill sets. So the skills to get your first $500,000 customer is not the same as making consistently 10K plus. and delivering those projects successfully, because that's a different identity. So Nick really optimized his community to get you the first maybe paying customer, and he has a network or support to help you also get the 10K plus. But I honestly would say if you're somebody making maybe 1K MRR, but you're trying to scale to 5 and 10 and 10 plus, I wouldn't necessarily join here because the program, I didn't feel it was optimized for that. So that's the only thing that I would mention here. So probably a better investment of your money would be going to communities or coaching programs that helps you go from 1 to 10 rather than from 0 to 1. So for me though, the most valuable part in this program wasn't even the program, as I said. It was speaking to Nick, going to his weekly coaching sessions, and meeting other entrepreneurs. And one of the really interesting feedback that Nick gave me after I showed him my YouTube channel, he said that my posting on YouTube is so inconsistent that in the last 90 days, I have posted maybe 9 videos. And in the last 90 days, he have posted almost 60x more videos and content. And I remember he said this, which really humbled me, but also really motivated me to do more, which he said, no wonder why my growth is almost 60, I would say even 1000x more than my growth. And I totally agree with this because this is very clearly the bottleneck in my business or what I'm trying to do, which is being inconsistent with posting content. And this realization I had also when I visited the Montenegro conference and I met Nate and I met Jack and all the other influencers. And I realized that they are putting out content almost on a daily basis. And that was the first thing that I noticed, that what am I doing different than them? And how is it that they are getting much better results than me? Which is, first of all, consistency. And second of all, producing better content. So that was really humbling experience, an eye-opening one. And after he said this and gave me this kind of challenge to post content daily, I think that was the most valuable advice I received since I joined. And only this advice was basically worth all the money that I paid. So here's my verdict after 30 days. If you're an absolute beginner trying to land your first AI client, I would definitely recommend you checking it out. But if you're doing about maybe 1,000 plus per month and wanting to scale, I wouldn't necessarily join the program to learn something new because you probably already know most of the stuff that is inside. I would join it for the network and maybe meeting Nick, or I would look for other coaching programs focused more on people helping me scale up. So now I'm curious, since I've been spending a lot of money meeting AI influencers, I want to hear it from you. Who do you think I should join his community and do like some review about the community and how I found it? Make sure to write it in the comments, and if it's reasonable, I will join it and I will pay for it and I will give you guys some review. So, and if you want to check out Nick's community, I'll put a link in the description. If you want to check out my community, I will also put a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.